The Scientist Supreme was an insufferable jackass, even when he was about to die. Captain Rex Maddox was almost impressed. Almost. Mostly, he just wanted to kick the guy's ass.
Why should we help you?
Siraven demanded. Lieutenant Siraven Vasarala was Rex's second in command. She was a Xena, the same species as the Scientist Supreme. She had pale blue skin, lavender hair, and eyes that glowed green with phosphorescent light. She was the most beautiful thing Rex had ever seen, and she dressed exclusively in bikinis. It was distracting, but necessary. Xena used photosynthesis. They needed all the light they could get.
Because you can't take revenge on me if I'm dead,
The Scientist Supreme said smugly. He was speaking through a hologram, though Rex would have preferred he didn't. Kareen Dar was buck naked, and nowhere near as fun to look at as the lieutenant. The Scientist Supreme was old. His skin was dark blue and wrinkly. He had long white hair and glowing blue eyes. His voice was deep, gravelly, and arrogant.
And because you are the only ones who can save me.
Revenge?
Siraven's eyes narrowed.
And what would I want revenge for, Kareen Dar?
Siraven,
Kareen Dar chided.
I stole your work, besmirched your name, and had you sold to slavers, but I have never once insulted your intelligence. Please don't insult mine.
You sure admitting that's a good idea? Rex cut in. Rex Maddox was the captain of the Nomad, and the leader of the mercenary band known as the Xeno Zappers. He was a big brick of a man, with a square jaw, short black hair, and piercing gray eyes. You just admitted to breaking the law. Kareen Dar looked at Rex like he was a dog who just peed on the carpet.
Laws are for the little people, Rex Maddox. Even a human should know that much.
He turned back to Siraven.
For what it's worth, having you enslaved was a mistake. It's one of the few things I truly regret.
Siraven blinked.
Really?
Absolutely,
said the Scientist Supreme.
I should have had you killed.
Rex felt his fists clench. That smarmy son of a... He forced himself to take a breath and calm down. He took a quick look around the bridge. The bridge of the Nomad was spacious, but cluttered. Weapons and bits of alien tech lined the walls. A 3-meter-long alien dinosaur skull hung suspended from the ceiling. There were 3 big viewports at the front of the bridge, with 4 control consoles below them. Rex himself sat in a command chair in the center of the room with a fancy command console next to him. The only people on the bridge were himself, Siraven, and the floating head that housed the ship's AI.
You're not helping your case, Kareen Dar,
Siraven informed him.
I wanted to see you shamed out of the meritocracy, but I'll settle for seeing you dead.
Shamed?
Kareen Dar raised an eyebrow.
Is that why you had your AI rummage through my files to dig up dirt? I'm disappointed, girl.
He shook his head.
The Xana are a meritocracy. If I'm successful, I deserve it. If I have power, it means I'm worthy. I am the Scientist Supreme of the Xana meritocracy. I deserve to do as I please, and those below me are grateful to serve. Your refusal to understand that was your downfall. I wouldn't have had you to ruin if you had just stopped making a fuss.
Stop making a fuss?
Siraven snarled.
After what you did?
You are not the only Xana whose work I took.
Kareen Dar pointed out.
But you are the only one who failed to know her place. Confronting me in public, trying to have me arrested. Madness. You refuse to accept the order of things. It's no wonder you keep the company of humans.
And just like that, Rex cut in, I'm out of patience. You calmed us for help, but you've done nothing but piss me off. I think we just leave you to die.
Maybe you could leave me,
Kareen Dar admitted.
But what about the other 300 souls on this ship? Can you really abandon them to their fate?
Rex shrugged. They knew the risks. Goodbye, Scientist Supreme. He reached for the button to switch off the comms.
Wait!
Kareen Dar snapped. For the first time, a flash of panic cracked his smug look of superiority.
Wait!
The Scientist Supreme pointed at Siraven.
A few words from me, and you will stop being a pariah. You can return home a celebrity, and your family will welcome you back with open arms.
I'm a twice failed.
Siraven shook her head.
Even you can't undo that.
Of course I can,
said the Scientist Supreme.
It's simple. I will issue a commendation for your work investigating humanity. Instead of a failed spy, you will be an undercover agent who linked up with the Xeno Zappers, the most famous mercenary group in the galaxy. Instead of being twice failed, you will be a rousing success.
Rex watched Siraven consider it. Kareen Dar was right. He could easily fix Siraven's problem. It wouldn't make up for the research he stole, or the years her people shunned her. But she could go home again.
No.
She decided.
I want to go home, but I want you dead more.
You heard the lady, said Rex. Have fun falling into a black hole. He reached for his console to end the transmission.
Wait!
The Scientist Supreme demanded.
I have critical information about the Shifters.
The Shifters? Rex didn't know where they came from, but they were the most dangerous thing he'd ever faced. Shape-shifting telepathic predators. They'd been causing trouble all over the galaxy, starting wars, releasing bioweapons and doomsday machines, not to mention all the times they tried to kill Rex. Rex and Siraven shared a look. Siraven sighed.
Let him talk,
she said. Kareen Dar scowled. He said,
You know the Shifters have been working to destabilize the galaxy. It's part of a larger plan to eradicate all sapient life.
You got that intel from the Terran Republic, said Rex, and they got it from us.
Yes, you are very clever,
said the Scientist Supreme.
But you don't know how to stop them. I do.
You can stop them?
Siraven asked.
How?
The answer to that is why my ship is currently falling into a black hole,
said Kareen Dar.
It's where our research station was. We took every precaution to keep it secret, but the Shifters found it anyway. Their attack crippled the station and damaged my ship. The station is past the point of retrieval, but I have the data.
Good, said Rex. Send it over, and we'll see about coming to your rescue.
Do I look like a fool?
The Scientist Supreme gave Rex a withering look.
You'll receive the data when I'm safely returned to Xana Prime, and not a second before.
Siraven shared another look with Rex. She grimaced, but nodded. Fine, Rex decided. We'll come get you, but I want half paid up front. Issue Siraven's commendation and a public statement. We'll be there within the hour.
Agreed,
said Kareen Dar. He grimaced.
And do hurry. The gravity has already overcome our acceleration. In a few more hours, we'll be beyond your reach.
He cut the transmission. Rex let out another annoyed breath, then activated the ship's comms. Attention all hands. This is Captain Maddox. Everyone suit up. We've got a mission. 6 minutes later, the Xeno Zappers were assembled on the bridge, all decked out in their Astraeus void armor. Rex's armor was green. Siraven's was blue. Matt Dalton, a mountain of a man who was the ship's mechanic and heavy gunner, wore pink armor. Arlen Tav wore black armor. Tav was a Tanawa, a lizard man. Tav had a sword and a sniper rifle strapped to his Astraeus. The Tanawa was the closest thing Rex had seen to a real-life ninja. He even talked like he was reciting poetry.
We are here.
He intoned.
Who has called upon the bringers of thunder?
The Scientist Supreme of the Xana meritocracy, Rex answered.
That prick Kareen Dar?
Max spoke up.
Why are we helping him? I thought we only did the dinosaur job so Grit could get into his files.
He claims to have critical intel on the Shifters, Rex explained. He knows how to stop them.
Bullshit,
said Dalton. It might be, Rex admitted. Kareen Dar was visiting a hidden research station when they were attacked. Now the station's destroyed and the Scientist Supreme's caught in a black hole's gravity well.
Serves him right,
said Max. He frowned.
Wait, caught? How close is he to the event horizon?
Too close, said Rex. Gravity's overcoming his engines. No one's getting that ship out by ordinary means.
Then how are we...
Max frowned harder.
Oh, no.
Sorry, Max, Rex shrugged. The possibility drive is the only way.
Sir, that's a terrible idea.
Max objected.
I've upgraded our power systems as far as they'll go, and we still lose power half the time we use that thing.
It's the only way to get there in time, Rex told him.
It's also the only way out once we reach Kareen Dar's ship.
Max pointed out.
You want us to use it twice in a row?
Maybe not, Rex disagreed. Our engines are a lot better than theirs. We might be able to power our way out.
No, we can't, Daddy.
Lila spoke up. Lila was the only one not wearing armor. She didn't need it. Lila looked like a gorgeous redhead in a dress, but she was pure nanotechnology. Rex was pretty sure she'd been designed as a weapon, but some jerk had programmed her to be a pleasure droid instead.
I've reviewed the data. Once we reach Kareen Dar's ship, the possibility drive will be the only way out.
We will need to prepare for combat as well.
Tov spoke again.
A trap seems likely.
Agreed, said Rex. The shifters aren't known for making mistakes or leaving survivors. Even odds this whole thing is a setup. That prick Kareen Dar wouldn't think twice about luring us into an ambush to save his own precious hide.
So you want us to use dangerous and unreliable tech to jump into an ambush next to a black freaking hole to save a guy we hate?
Max grimaced.
Why are our plans always dumb?
Because the captain comes up with them.
Grit spoke up.
Most humans are insane idiot perverts, but the captain makes the rest of the species look sensible.
Grit was the Nomad's AI. He was an ancient piece of tech, one of the last remnants of an empire that had been destroyed 3 millennia ago. Grit was housed in a spherical floating robot head. Most of the head was white, but there was a black faceplate in the front. The faceplate lit up with pixelated lights that Grit used to form a face. That face was currently laughing. Do you want to rephrase that, buckethead? Rex raised an eyebrow. While you still have your health?
Was anything I said inaccurate, Captain?
Grit inquired. It's insulting, and I think it might be racist, Maddox groused. I never hear you talk that way about Tov or Siraven.
Of course not,
said Grit.
I have nothing but respect for the Lieutenant and Arlen Tov.
His pixelated face smirked.
It's the rest of you that are insane idiot perverts.
Hey!
Lila objected. One of these days, that mouth of yours is going to get you deleted, Grit, Maddox warned.
It will not.
Grit was certain.
Insults and threats are how human soldiers show affection. I know I am your favorite.
Rex couldn't come up with a good comeback for that, so he changed the subject. Anyway, I want the Nomad depressurized and combat ready. Max, check over the drive and do whatever you can to make this work. You've got 10 minutes, then we go. 10 minutes later, Rex sat in his command chair, trying not to grit his teeth. The Nomad hummed and vibrated as the possibility drive charged. The possibility drive was the greatest piece of alien tech he'd ever found. It allowed instant teleportation from anywhere to anywhere. It was the only one of its kind, and even Siraven didn't know how it worked. The drive was the reason Kareen Dar had asked the Xeno Zappers for help. Nothing less could get to his ship in time. Nothing less could get them out. The problem was that using the damn thing was a crapshoot. It might work or it might overload the Nomad's power grid. Hell, it might just explode and kill them all. Rex didn't know. Rex wouldn't mind so much if they weren't flying into an ambush. The Nomad was loaded with so much tech that it could take on a small fleet all by itself. But if the drive dumped them in front of the enemy with no power... The humming rose to a crescendo. Rex braced himself as the possibility drive activated. A flash of light came in through the viewports. Rex winced, then looked back out the viewports. He saw a black orb, surrounded by a swirling disk of burning gas. A black hole. Good. They'd made it.
Possibility drive activation was successful, Captain.
Grit reported.
All systems normal.
Acknowledged, said Rex. Shields up! Ready weapons and run every scan we can think of. If there is an ambush, I want to see it coming.
Affirmative.
said Grit. Rex pulled up a sensor screen on his command console. He saw the black hole, but not much else. If there had been a space station at one point, it had already fallen into the event horizon. There was a single Xana command cruiser. Its IFF identified it as Lord of Secrets. It was heavily damaged. Its shields and weapons were offline, but it still had engines. Mostly. The engines were straining as hard as they could, but Kareen Dar's ship was still falling steadily towards the event horizon. The Lord of Secrets was a big ship. It was a graceful circle, with ripples in the hull that reminded Rex of a pond after someone threw a pebble in. The hull was blue and covered in glowing alien script. It was so pretty, it made the Nomad look like a flying scrapyard. Rex's ship looked like a bullet with wings. The Nomad was a patchwork of different colored armor panels with a crap ton of guns sticking out of it. It was also much smaller than Kareen Dar's kilometer-wide ship. The sensors didn't pick up anything out of the ordinary. Rex touched base with Kareen Dar. The Nomad maneuvered over the Lord of Secrets. The Xeno Zappers gathered next to the airlock. There was a hiss of air as the ship repressurized. "Siraven," Rex ordered. "Get a scan. Let's make sure there aren't any shifters hiding in the crew before we open the door." Siraven pulled out her omnicorder. The omnicorder was a boxy-looking device that was the most sophisticated sensor array known to sapients. She typed into it for a moment. Her eyes went wide.
Grit!
She shouted.
Disconnect! Disconnect us now!
"Shifters?" Rex asked. He pulled a side jammer off his belt and turned it on. Shifters were telepathic. The Xeno Zappers were dead if those things got into their heads. "How many?"
All of them.
Siraven told him. 7 floating orbs flew off of her belt, weapons she controlled through a neural link.
They're all shifters. It's a trap.
"Grit, disconnect us," Rex ordered.
I am already trying, Captain.
The AI's facelights formed a frown.
The Lord of Secrets has magnetized itself to our hull. Additional lines are extending from the ship and attaching to us.
There was a screech of tearing metal. The airlock was ripped open. The creature on the other side of the hole was a nightmare mass of teeth and tentacles. It leapt for Siraven. Rex Maddox didn't think. He triggered his armor's enhancements and leapt to intercept the creature. He slammed into it, a fraction of a second before it landed on the Xana. He hit with enough force to carry himself and the monster into the far bulkhead, cursing himself for a fool all the way. Grappling a shifter was suicide. Blunt force couldn't hurt them, and they were strong enough to tear Rex to pieces, or worse. There were stingers at the end of their tentacles, and those stingers could punch through his armor like paper. The shifter would inject Rex with bits of itself, infect him. Rex would be eaten from the inside. Rex shifted position and tried to kick away from the monster when they both hit the wall. He almost managed it. A stingered tentacle narrowly missed stabbing his leg, then whipped around it to pull him back in. Rex roared his defiance and fired his pulse rifle on full auto, but he knew it wouldn't save him. More tentacles whipped forward. Then they, and most of the shifter, disappeared in a blast of green light. It was Grit. The floating head had deployed a plasma cannon out of itself, attached to a spindly robot arm. Both the arm and the cannon were bigger than Grit was. Grit pivoted the arm and sent another wave of plasma into the hole that used to be the airlock. More monsters were spilling out of it. They were fast, but Siraven's battle spheres were sweeping beams of blue light at knee level, cutting them off at the legs and tentacles. Shifters could regenerate from anything short of disintegration. Slicing up their legs wouldn't delay them for more than a couple of seconds, but a couple of seconds was enough. Max Dalton's minigun joined the fray. The minigun spat a torrent of phaser fire about 100 bolts per second. He'd set the weapon to wide dispersal. Cones of yellow death flash-frying anything that tried to come into the airlock. While that happened, Lila hosed down the front of the room with a plasma caster, incinerating shifters and shifter blood before they could reform. Arlen Tav had his sword out, but after a moment, he sheathed it and pulled an object from his belt. He tossed it a few feet to the side of the hole. The object unfolded, turning it into a Krungolian shock mine. It would send a continuous bolt of lightning into any creatures that managed to slip past Max's phaser fire. Rex holstered his pulse rifle. It wouldn't do him much good against these things. He pulled out a plasma caster instead. A shifter darted through the hole in a form very much like a snake. The shock mine caught it before it was halfway to Rex. Rex and Lila both sprayed it with their plasma casters. Satisfied that the fight was going well, Rex shifted his attention to the real problem. Grit, we need to break contact. How can... Shit! A lance of blue light slammed into him. Rex was knocked off his feet, but the armor held. Mostly. A damage warning in his visor told him it wouldn't take another hit like that. Rex rolled to the side. Another bolt smashed into the deck where he'd just been. Idiot. Of course the shifters could use guns. He saw the others moving to the side out of the line of fire. They kept shooting into the hole. The enemy was shooting back. A torrent of blaster bolts that was slanging the bulkheads but not doing much else. It was a stalemate, for now. Rex didn't bother adding to the firefight. Neither side could hit the other. Instead, he allowed himself 4 uninterrupted seconds of furious thought. Then he started barking orders. Grit, Xavier Protocol. Watch the sensors in case those pricks try to board somewhere else. Even a shifter shouldn't be able to pry open the Nomad's armor, but they could use tech just as well as Rex could. Max, Siraven, and Lila, you 3 find a way to get that damn ship off of us. Rex doubted it would be as simple as blasting the Lord of Secrets out of the sky, but if anyone could figure out a way, it was those 3. And don't stop shooting! Tav, you're on Overwatch and rapid response. Don't let anything get through, and help Grit watch the sensors in case they pull something. Arlen Tav had been a professional infiltrator and assassin before he joined the Xeno Zappers. He was probably the most capable and dangerous member of the team. Rex could trust him to spot and deal with any surprise.
Understood,
said Tav.
What are you going to do?
Captain,
Grit spoke up.
Karim Dar is hailing us again.
Is he? Rex kept his weapon trained on the hole as he accessed a control panel on the wall. I guess I'll do that. Rex used the control panel to accept the comm request. The Scientist Supreme appeared on the display panel this time instead of being a hologram. Rex knew he was a fake now, but he still looked like the same insufferable prick. Quick question, said Rex. Is the real Karim Dar still around? The fake Scientist Supreme smiled.
He's been dead for nearly a year, along with his family, his inner circle, and most of his friends.
Damn, said the captain. I can't believe you'd give up a head of state just to kill us. Isn't that kind of a big piece to throw away?
A version of Karim Dar will return to Xana space no matter what happens here,
said the shifter.
I may still lose 300 of myself, but that is a small price to pay.
Is it now? Rex knew the shifter couldn't see his face through the helmet, but he smiled anyway. I'll take that as a compliment.
It is simply strategy.
Scientist Supreme clarified.
The humans are our largest obstacle, and the Xeno Zappers are their most effective agents.
We're not agents, Rex corrected. We're freelance mercenaries.
It doesn't matter what you call it,
said the shifter.
You have close ties to the Terran military, and your notoriety allows you to operate within most sapient nations. You have killed several of me and ruined over a dozen of our operations.
Yeah, about that. Rex spared a glance around the room. Max and Siraven had their heads together with Lila, though they were still pouring phaser blasts and cutting beams into the hole. Grit and Tav were shooting as well, with Tav monitoring a holographic display. So far, so good. I've been meaning to ask, why are you doing all this?
Why?
Karim Dar's body rippled. He swelled larger, teeth and tentacles stretching out of his torso.
Because we hate you. We hate all of you so very much. You are loathsome, miserable creatures.
We're not that bad once you get to know us, Rex quipped.
We do know you.
The shifter disagreed. It put its tentacles away, shifting back into the Scientist Supreme.
Tell me, Rex Maddox of the Xeno Zappers, Are you happy?
Happy? Rex rubbed the back of his neck. This ain't exactly my best day ever, but yeah, I'm good most of the time.
Lies,
said the shifter.
You have a disciplined mind, human, but beneath the surface is a seething mass of trauma. You are full of fear and rage and grief and loneliness.
Oh, crap. You can read my mind? Rex tried to keep his voice steady. The Psyjammer was the only thing keeping the shifters from making Rex kill himself. If they'd found a way around it...
No, your annoying jamming device is functional,
the shifter told him.
One of me mapped out your disgusting brain years ago. You killed it, but we are all connected.
Okay, fine, Rex admitted. I'm not a happy guy, but that doesn't mean you have to kill everybody.
You do not understand,
the shifter told him.
Your feelings are constantly projected into the mindscape, just like those of every other worthless sapient.
He shook his head.
Try to imagine, human. Imagine you could feel what everyone around you is feeling. All of them, all the time, across an entire galaxy. Trillions of souls, all shouting their misery into the aether. You would do anything to make them be silent.
Huh, that did sound bad. Just the negatives? Rex asked. You don't get happy vibes on psychic radio?
We do, said the shifter, but suffering is more common. Most sapients live lives of quiet desperation.
Maybe you could fix that, Rex suggested. He didn't think he could talk the aliens around, but what the hell, it was worth a shot.
Why should I?
The thing masquerading as Kareen Dar sneered.
I am as far above you as you are above a dung beetle. Do you help vermin live their best lives, human? Or do you exterminate them for daring to trouble your day?
We're not that easy to exterminate, Rex told it.
Most of you are.
The shifter disagreed.
I've only been active for 12 years, and I've already infiltrated most sapient governments. I've constructed enough fleets and replicated enough of myself to kill everything in the known galaxy, starting with your damnable Terran Republic. The first of my forces will reach them within the hour.
Within the hour? Shit. You sound pretty confident, Rex bluffed. Were you this confident when you went after the El Soso Alliance? I hear that didn't go so well.
The El Soso?
The shifter's eyes narrowed.
So it's true. We knew your AI was of the El Soso. You have found their weapon as well.
I don't know what you're talking about, Rex lied. He found the final weapon of the El Soso a year ago. It was a big space station, designed to turn a single AI into a psychic powerhouse. It was run by a combat AI named Vat. Vat had nearly killed them, but Grit's presence had stopped it. Grit and Vat were the last living remnants of the El Soso Alliance. They had agreed to work with the Xeno Zappers to secure their revenge.
Don't waste my time with lies,
said the shifter.
Your El Soso AI didn't know what we are. If you know now, it is because the weapon told you. I have an offer for you.
No, Rex said immediately.
Give me the location of the El Soso weapon.
The shifter continued.
And I will release your ship.
I already said no, Rex told the thing.
Then you will die here,
said the shifter.
Your possibility drive can't transport a mass as big as my ship. You can't disconnect, and firing on us will detonate the ship and kill you too.
I've been in worse spots, Rex quipped.
Your bravado doesn't fool me, human.
The creature chided.
Nor is it necessary. The weapon won't work a second time anyway. It's been trying since you reactivated it, but my minds won't let it connect.
Then why do you want it so bad? Rex taunted.
Because it killed me,
said the shifter.
It killed nearly all of me. Only a handful of me survived, and we were trapped on a lifeless rock for over 3,000 years.
The monster rippled, tentacles bursting out of it again.
Then I spent another 2 years being poked and prodded by those idiots in the Throg theocracy.
Its whole body contorted in fury.
Me, reduced to a test subject. They will suffer for that, and the El Soso weapon must suffer as well.
The creature closed its eyes and took a deep breath. It shifted back down into Kareen Dar again.
As much as I want you dead, human, I want the last El Soul more. Give me the location, and you will go free with more money than you can ever spend.
Rex saw Arlen Tov pull out a sniper rifle. He laid down on the deck, then rolled under the streams of blaster fire coming out of the hole in the airlock. He fired 3 shots. Rex heard an explosion. "That's a nice offer," said Rex, "but I got a counter-proposal. Go fuck yourselves!" The shifter grimaced.
I suppose I'm not surprised. You are the most troublesome member of a troublesome species.
He sighed.
Very well. We will take your ship and rip the information out of your screaming, squirming flesh.
He shook his head.
You should have taken my offer, human. You would have suffered less.
The shifter ended the transmission.
Captain,
Arlen Tov spoke.
shifters are swarming out of the Lord of Secrets. They're climbing the lines attached to our ship. They mean to board.
"Lila!" Rex ordered. "Stop the shifters and cut the lines. Tov, back her up!"
I'm on it, Daddy!
Lila streaked out of the room at 200 kilometers an hour. Tov followed at a sprint. "Siraven," Rex asked, "any progress on breaking us loose?"
They're using a device to magnetize their hull,
The lieutenant reported.
but it's surrounded by antimatter bombs. The whole ship's packed with them. We can't shoot it without blowing ourselves up.
"Then we'll have to board the ship and take it out ourselves," Captain Maddox decided.
There are over 200 heavily armed shifters between us and it.
Dalton pointed out.
Even we can't fight our way through all that.
"We don't have a choice," said Maddox.
I will assist.
Said Grit.
I have faith in us.
"Thanks, Grit," said Rex. "I appreciate the vote of confidence,"
Oh, I do not have confidence.
Grit clarified.
Only faith.
"You suck," Rex told it. He pulled a grenade off his belt and readied his plasma caster. "All right, let's..." A dozen grenades were flung out of the hole at the Xeno Zappers. "Hit the deck!" Rex shouted as he threw himself down. The grenades did not explode. Rex raised his head. "What the hell?"
EMP grenades!
shouted Tank. He blasted a pair of shifters that tried to slither through the hole.
The Sci-Jammers! They took out the Sci-Jammers!
A jolt of fear shot up Rex's legs. All their guns were EMP shielded. So was their armor. The Sci-Jammers were not. The one Rex had activated was dead now. Rex reached for the spare on his belt. His hand froze halfway there.
Too late.
Kareen Dar's voice beamed directly into Rex's brain. Rex tried to move. He couldn't. He watched himself drop his weapon and turned to face the hole in the airlock. He saw the others doing the same. Rex struggled. He screamed at his body to move, to obey him. It didn't. Rex couldn't move so much as a finger.
Ah, here we are.
The voice of the shifter was pleased.
The final weapon of the El Sol. I didn't want to resort to this, you know. Your minds are a cesspool. Sifting through them is deeply unpleasant.
The thing pretending to be the Scientist Supreme walked calmly through the hole in the airlock. It was followed by half a dozen nightmare creatures.
Still,
The monster said out loud.
some opportunities are too good to ignore.
He gave Rex a vicious smile.
I've been looking forward to this, human. I would have liked to take my time with you.
Rex tried to speak, to curse the creature. He couldn't. He settled for thinking a string of profanity as hard as he could. The creature's smile widened.
Alas, there are only a few minutes before we fall into the event horizon. I need to deal with you quickly so I can take your ship.
Tentacles with stingers on the end extended from its body.
I'll just have to make it hurt as much as I can.
Rex strained harder, screaming mental curses. It didn't do a damn thing. The stingers reared up, then paused. The shifter gave a confused,
What?
then it fell over. "Kill all you sons of..." Rex found himself shouting. He stopped. He had control of his body again. "Huh?"
What the hell happened?
asked Dalton. He picked up his minigun and pointed it at the shifters,
The Xavier Protocol.
said Grit. The AI's face lights formed a furious red scowl as it stared at the monsters.
The captain was aware that the shifters could prevent Vat the AI from psionically accessing their hive mind. Instead, he had me connect to Vat digitally. When the shifters accessed my mind to take over my systems, they connected to Vat as well. This allowed Vat to telepathically force them to die.
Amazing,
said Siraven.
So that was your plan all along. You baited them in, made them think connecting was their idea.
Of course I did, said Rex. He had done no such thing. The Xavier Protocol had been a last-ditch failsafe, in case something went wrong. I'm a tactical genius.
Vat says that all shifters connected to the hive mind have been killed. There are several groups that were kept disconnected and held in reserve. Their locations have been sent to General Zamaripa of the Terran military.
Grit turned to face Rex. His face switched to a happy yellow smile.
Thank you, Captain. The Old Solo Alliance has finally been avenged.
You're welcome, said Rex. But now ain't the time to gloat. We gotta get out of here before we fall into a black hole.
Right,
said Siraven.
I'll turn off the device magnetizing the shifter ship.
She activated her jetpack and streaked into the enemy vessel.
I'll get to the engine room,
said Max. He tossed his minigun to Rex and took off at a sprint. Rex activated the comms. Tov, Lila, how are those lines coming?
The lines are all cut, Daddy.
Lila reported.
We're coming back in.
Our bodies froze for almost a minute.
Said Arlen Tov.
Then all the shifters died. I assume we are victorious.
Damn straight, said the captain. He used Max's minigun to start vaporizing the bodies of the shifters. Get in quick, we're low on time. 2 minutes later, the Lord of Secrets let go of the Nomad. Grit kept the airlocks up against each other until Siraven could get back in. The ship hummed to a crescendo. The possibility drive activated. Everything went black.
The Nomad has lost power,
Grit reported. Of course it has, Rex muttered. 6 hours later, Rex was in the kitchen nursing a beer. Reserve power had been restored, but it would take another day to get the main reactor online. Rex should have gone to bed hours ago, but he couldn't bring himself to do it. Instead, he sat and drank and watched the news feeds. Fleets of dead shifters had started appearing all over the galaxy, and the governments of over 30 interstellar nations had been taken over by nightmare creatures, all of whom had fallen over dead. The Xeno Zappers might have saved the galaxy, but that didn't mean the galaxy wasn't freaking out.
Can't sleep.
Siraven wandered into the room. She was back in her bikini. She pulled a beer from the fridge and plopped down next to the captain. Yeah, said Rex. It's been a hell of a day. He sipped his beer and sighed. I'm sorry, Sira. She frowned.
Sorry?
Kareen Dar, Rex explained. The shifter. He rescinded your commendation when everything went down. You're still a twice failed.
I know,
said Siraven. I tried, Rex continued. I'll keep trying. There's gotta be something we can do.
It's all right, Rex.
Siraven put a hand on the man's shoulder.
I've been thinking. Going home it's not what I want. Not really.
You'd rather stay with us? Rex mustered a small smile. Saving the galaxy with crazy humans and dumb plans?
The dumbest plans.
The lieutenant said with a smile.
But it's more than that. You saved my life today.
Part of the job, Rex shrugged. We save each other all the time.
I know,
said Siraven.
but the way you did it, I've never had anyone.
She shook her head.
You made me feel loved.
You are loved, Sira, Rex told her. Always. She stared at him for a long moment.
Rex?
Yeah?
I think...
She put another hand on him. There was a look in her eye that set the human's pulse racing.
I think I want...
Siraven leaned closer. Rex froze like a deer in the headlights. Was this really happening? Slowly, so slowly, Siraven's hand slid down around the human's back. Her eyes closed, her lips parted. Her breath smelled like flowers. With a shuddering breath, Rex prepared to lean in as well, to touch his lips to hers.
Captain.
The door to the kitchen banged open. Arlen Tov strode in. Rex and Siravan jerked away from each other. Siravan looked mortified, but covered it quickly with a sip of beer. Damn it. If Tov had waited just 10 more seconds...
Captain.
Arlen Tov's eyes were wide and his shoulders were tense. His tail flicked from side to side. It was an uncharacteristic display of emotion for the ninja lizard.
I have grave news.
What is it, Tov? Rex asked.
The entire Imperial family was replaced by shifters.
Tov reported.
Along with their retinues, bodyguards, and most of their administration. Now they have been slain, and the Tanewa Empire is in disarray. My exile has been lifted. My help has been asked.
Tov was leaving? Rex forced himself to smile. Congratulations, Tov. That's great. We'll get you home as soon as we can.
Thank you.
Arlen Tov gave Rex a bow. He turned to leave, then stopped.
Rex Maddox, I am pleased I am no longer an outcast.
He intoned.
But the Empire is no longer my home. I am a Xeno Zapper. I would appreciate it if you came with me.
He hesitated.
I can pay, if need be.
Don't be crazy, Tov, Rex reassured him. Of course we'll come.
We're the Xeno Zappers.
Siraven smiled and raised her beer.
We look out for each other. And when there's trouble...
We shoot it. Rex finished the phrase. He felt himself smile. Maybe the shifter was right. Maybe he wasn't a happy guy. But he could be. He had his ship. He had his purpose. He had his beer. Most of all, he had his people. It was enough. Hi, friends. I hope you enjoyed that episode of Xeno Zappers. Click right here for another episode with the same characters.
Hello, my all members, subscribers, followers. I said that my channel is low or channel, and I have submitted some videos in English to change the motto of my channel. Please subscribe my channel, view my videos, and share in all of your friends on Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, every social media platform to send my video and view more videos. Viewer in my video. Please help me to provide some time to spend with me. Thank you to all members who can subscribe my channel and support me some time. Please view more video and entertainment video. Please help me sometime to support my channel because I am a low middle class family. Please help me.